Okay, the screen is visible. The slides which I am sharing, are they visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine then. See, we have already completed two part of your module 6 of sales management, right? So many things that we people have covered. Uh, okay, in the previous two classes of your module 6. Fine, and today we people are going to begin with module 6, part 3. Fine. So we people have discussed on selling on the internet, some few concepts like introduction, then advantages of internet trading to customers as well as to business people. Then what may be the probable disadvantages of internet trading, right? When it comes to technical limitations, then non-technical limitations, right? Then also we people have dealt with few of things on like mediator, like agents, okay, who will be helping you people in internet trading, okay, and selling agents for internet trading or say net selling. This was your part one, okay, and this has been already brushed up in your part two of this module, okay. Then in part two, we people have begin with the process of purchasing through online selling, which we had discussed on certain stages like identification, then broking, then going to the negotiation with the agents, then having some payment and delivery, okay, like as well as along with that product services and also the evaluation. These are major five stages which generally that any of the people can select for purchasing, or say through online selling. Then we have like agent advertising in net selling. Also, we can call it as online advertising, which we people have dealt. In that, we have gone through some components of internet advertising like websites, then search engine marketing, e-marketing, banner, blogs, and also article marketing. Then we went with what are the purpose of having this internet advertising or see online advertising, because on the basis of solicitation, the marketing and promotion, then raising the awareness, education and information, the negative advertisement where people can criticize on putting down the competition. Then cost acquisition per customers will be very low, right? So then we went with some types of internet advertising like triggers, then you have superstitials, interstitial ads, then pop-up ads, pop under ads, then transactional ads, then roadblockers, and then floating ads. Fine. So we have dealt them in elaborately. Then we continue with some payment system internet trading, which we people are going to use certain methods of electronic payment, because how we people pay a cash when it comes to a mercantile process, but when it comes to the e-commerce process, we are going to have e-payments, what we say it as online. We people are going to pay an amount to them, so we're going to transfer the amount to the seller. So some methods of electronic payments which we people have already discussed, a few of them like payments by cards. The smart cards are, smart card is over, then debit card is over. Now we have to start with the, sorry, a credit card is over, and we have to start with this debit cards, right? Okay, then electronic, these all things we'll discuss one by one. Okay, we have begin with this, payment by cards, like smart cards we people have worked upon, then types of smart cards, fine, then advantages of that as well as disadvantages. So we today are going to start your part 3 of module 6 with the concept of credit cards, right? Okay, am I audible now to you people?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, when we talk about these credit cards, now we find these cards in the form of plastic, okay, item, okay, and which will be having some account number on that particular card, okay, and also sometimes you find what we say like assigned to certain card holders, anybody, right? and these cards will be having certain limitation, okay, where the amount which those people can take in the form of credit, okay, whether those people are buying it or those people are withdrawing money from any of the source like in ATMs, right? So that will be having certain limitation, and those Okay, am I audible now? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Where actually, okay, we'll start from the credit card once again. Fine. Vishal, where exactly the voice was broken that you people did not heard me?
Sir, after the internet, the digital payment, what you said, after that it was completely out of.
Digital payment. The
Yes,
online
sir.
merchants never see the actual card, right? That is what you
Yes,
said.
sir.
Okay, fine. Then once again, begin with this thing. As I told you, the credit cards are they come in the plastic, form, very convenient to carry by the card holders. Okay, it will be bearing certain numbers on that particular card, and some credit limit will be given to them for purchasing any goods or services. And even those people can use this credit card for withdrawing money from the ATMs also. Extra amount which if those people find they are deficit with the money into their actual account, okay, bank account. Fine. And what happens is the credits which is whichever those people are going to take from the bank for purchasing or say any products or services, right? And if they have withdrawn the cash from the ATM, some amount of interest will be charged to them, and those people have to prepay those, that amount. The repayment of that amount should happen, okay, within few time period which is going to be given to him to repay the amount. Okay, so within that time period he has to pay once, or sometimes what happens, he can pay on the basis of installment also. Okay, so especially one thing where if especially any seller who is doing it online, we say it as an online merchant, they never are going to see actual who is going to use the card, whether the card is of them or not. So that's one big problem here, and there is no card impression is taken while the transaction, and no signature is available on the card or at the time of transaction is required. That is one big disadvantage for this. And also these cards, this type of purchase also we call them as card holder not present. So at the time of transaction, we find that if the card holder is not present also, right, the card can be used. So that is why they say it as these type of transactions are called as like card holder not present transactions. And why the more problem or the disputes happens at the time when those people go for paying an amount which those people have taken in the form of credit by the issuer bank. So at that time, dispute happens that those people say they have not used it, and bankers say that the amount has been already taken in the form of credit by using the card. So these are one big problem that happens with the credit cards. Then we have advantages of credit cards. There is one advantage for any card holder is that the small and attractive plastic card it is, where it can be carried very conveniently into the purse, okay, or can be carried by the any card holder. And it is something like substitute to the currency notes, where he cannot, no need to keep cash with him, okay, in the form of notes. Here this card is more than enough to use for any transactions he does, okay, with any sellers. Then to the issuer, when we say to the issuer, this credit card will be enabling the issuer to provide fuller service to their customers, that all type of service where you can buy any goods and services. Also, you can withdraw money from the ATM extra if he requires some money, right? That can be done. Now, to member establishment like any retailers, or you take any of the seller, where this is a very biggest advantage for such type of members establishment like retailers and others who will be providing certain type of products and services, okay, by giving also due consideration to the credit card systems. Fine. So for them, they can find very highly advantageous to push their product to the customers who will be holding credit cards, and that is gives them some confidence that the money will be credited to their account. Then we have disadvantage of credit card. One, it's a waste of money, where the person who has subscribed that particular credit card, okay, and if he is not using it, but some amount of the processing charges will be already imposed on him. Then thoughtless buying, where being having a credit card, and they find that anytime those people can buy anything, how much amount those people want, they can withdraw it. So that makes them to have an attitude of buying without thinking anything. So they go on buying, and it's the very biggest problem for any buyer to have such type of habits. Okay, spending on certain items or purchasing items which are not necessary at present for them. Okay, then next we have like financial problems, like the use of these credit cards may drag the card holders to any financial problems, and including overdraft where he cannot repay the amount how much income he has. More than that, he will be taking a credit due to the credit card facility given to him. Okay, this was all about your credit card. Fine. Next we have like debit cards. This is very widely used and a minimum thing that any account holder will be having with him. Okay, so these are the cards which we say it as a prepaid cards with some stored value into it. So stored value is nothing but how much amount that you people have into your bank account, because that will be directly linked to the bank account. And when you people are using your debit cards, okay, that will be, the amount will be deducted from your account itself. So every time a person uses this card, the internet banking houses gets money transferred to its account from the bank of bank of the buyer. So it will be easily transferred by the account holders. I mean, a bank will be transferring the amount from directly from the account of the holder. Then an individual who has to open an account with the issuing bank, which gives a debit card with a personal identification number, where it is secured one, because whenever you make a transaction, that will be asking authentication from the card holder, the number which will be given, phone number, the pin which will be given to him, and that personal identification number has to be inserted, okay, entered, and then those people can make a purchase. So he enters his pin on shop pins pad, whichever is given as a device which will be helping them to connect. Then we have online debit cards, like example using the same underlying technology as like ATMs that will be dispensing the cash. Okay, and also identification. Many consistence of the use of numeric, pin known only to the cardholders. That's the one biggest advantage, that where the pin is very secure with the cardholder, because he will be generating that pin and he will be keeping it more secure. Until unless the pin is revealed by him, the amount into the bank account is very safer. Nobody can use the debit cards. Okay, these are also like secured, like credit cards only. So there are some advantages of debit cards, like no issues of credibility, like customer who is not credit worthy and may find difficult or impossible to obtain any a credit card, they can easily obtain this debit card, because minimum, when you people open the bank account, if you have a minimum balance and account is running, okay, active, you will receive a debit card for that. Fine. And next we have like no racking of no racking of debits, where when you people are going to use these debit cards, no, where it is going to be limited to certain amount which is existing into your account, so which is going to be linked to that particular debit card. So then thereby you people can find a prevention from this type of racking of the debit, which will be resulting of its use or bearing, charging the interest or late fees or fees exclusive to debit cards, whatever the fees that is being paid for debit cards for late payment, or for some amount of interest is going to be charged on the money which has been taken by the credit card holder. That won't happen in debit card, because it is limited. Some amount will be deducted for handling the this debit card. Some charges per year those people are going to take from the account holders or card holders. Okay, then avoidance of writing the checks. No more transactions. A check card, a check card can be used to avoid the check writing. Let's say it's a debit card which can be used to avoid these checks writing together. Immediate cash can be transferred. Now less identification. Now here, if you see when it comes to the credit cards, okay, where merchants can accept these debit cards compared to the credit cards, okay, with a less identification, because you will be having your own pin which is known, because whosoever uses the particular debit card, they should know the pin of the, or the security pin of that particular card to be used. So not much identification required, because if the pin is known, the merchant will be going through transactions. Then ATM transactions, like unlike a credit card, you can use this, okay, where the people can withdraw money from the ATMs, right? And thing is, the debit card may be used to obtain the cash from the ATM, or on the basis of the pin which people have, and no extra charges will be there, because when you go to any foreign countries, where in those foreign countries, if you are using ATMs by using the debit card of your home country, there the fees will be charged, but not in the home country. Then there are certain disadvantages of the debit cards. One is over limit fees. Fine. Okay. So when we talk about these over limit fees, some banks are now charging over limit fees, or say non-sufficient fund fees upon pre-authentication, and even attempted but refused transaction by the merchant. Sometimes now what we have, like before it was something, debit card can be used for several times in a day, okay, and or per month. Now it is not like that. Some limited transactions are given for the card holders. The debit card holders can use those cards for the transactions, okay, and for each transaction, whether it was successful or not successful, okay, and that no, amount of we say the number of transactions are going to be limited, okay, or specific for certain users. Okay, above that, those people are going to charge some fees for using the debit card. And we have rejected transactions. Say, for example, any merchants mistakenly believe that the amount owned can be taken from a a consumer's account after a debit card has been presented. It can happen sometimes if you don't see how much amount has been typed in the machine where the are going to use the debit cards to get the money transferred by the buyers. Then we have possibility of pin. Okay. Now see in some unspecified countries, debit cards offer lower level of security protection than credit cards, where if in case the pin is not so much secured, okay, by the card holder, that can lead to a disadvantage where anybody can use it. So then we have internet. Sorry, okay, sorry, interest by the bank. As we said, some amount of money can be taken in the form of processing fee, okay, or card handling fee by the banks. Then we have next payments by cards advantage, total advantage by using. One is the convenient one. These are where payment we card is very convenient for the consumers. Okay, in most cases, user only need to enter some account information such as credit card number and shipping address once. Okay, especially online it can be done. Fine. Then we have controls, and payment cards make it very easy to track and manage the expenses, which and card holder has done, and he has offered it for buying online, okay, any product or services. Okay, so on access to the information about the recent transactions, he can easily find out, okay, as well as a detailed monthly statements when you go to. This is quite common that you people can get it from the banks, okay, or the apps which you people are using of the bank, where the account statement comes to you. Today we have for each transactions you people do, okay, you get the SMSs immediately that how much amount has been deducted, that is everything. Okay, so you are going to be getting more updated with the transactions movement what you people do by using the debit cards. Then we have flexibility. The board variety of cards available today means like consumer have greater choice over how and when they pay for goods and services. Now, one card is more than enough, where you people can go to multiple places, go to multiple transactions you people can do in different places, that everybody will be having that those facilities of using these cards. Then we have next security. Payment cards are a very safer one, Okay, until unless you people reveal your security authentication pin. Okay, and also it can be easily replaced. Okay, quickly you can replace it and easily. Okay, and also there are some laws which are going to help you people in holding your cash properly into the account, and there will be no a mistake that will be happening from the buyer side as well as the seller sides. Okay, am I audible now to you people?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, next we have how to make any internet selling safe. Okay, even last class also I have reminded you people that this module 6 is very vast one, and also the 3 to 4 classes that I will be dealing with this, and the same thing will be for your presentation, right? So for this semester, the sixth module 6 will be the presentation where you people are going to choose one or the other topic from this, and elaborately that you people have to deal that topic into the presentation which you people are going to do. Okay, at the end of the uh, your semester. Okay, fine. Or maybe after completing the syllabus we'll be taking the presentations also. Fine. Okay, so now next we have something like how to make internet more, selling more safe. One, you people can use antivirus packages, which will be helping you people to stop any, any threat of the virus which will be affecting your device. Okay, and you can use virtual private networks where you can access to have more control, and also we have technical like data encryption between two different computers or other on the networks. Or you can use like firewalls where you people are going to say it is going to be defined as like a software, or you take any hardware which will be allowing any external users. Okay, and it will be having certain commands that specific characteristics of those users are only allowed to be accessing that particular network. Then also you can have like identity services where people can use this into the in this type of services will help to identify users, and you can control their activities and transactions on the network. The network should be under your control or say admin control. Then services including like passwords, digital certificates, or digital authentication numbers can be used, okay, to identify the services. Then we have some technically like cryptography, have a secret writing can be used, or you can have some digital signature, a mathematical scheme which will be demonstrating that this the message which has been sent to somebody, it is digitally, and the fact it is, and you can say that it is the proof which gives the receiver that it is the authentic type of message which is sent to them. Then we have cyber laws, some laws which are going to govern, okay, the issues with respect to the transactions what you people do by using these online. Fine. Okay. Then we have digital signature. Okay, I will do one thing today. We'll stop the class. We'll continue the same digital signature into your next class, right? Anyway,
Okay,
in the
sir.
next class, we people are anyway in the next class that we people are going to complete your syllabus of module 6. Later, we'll be having once again we'll start dealing with the same from the module 1. Okay, that will be helping us to have more brushing upon it, hmm? Which will make you people to be more perfect enough in understanding. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubts that you people have? Please let me know any
No,
doubts that you people have. Okay.